So this episode, George Costanza is trying to hire a woman that's not too attractive, okay? And because he keeps getting distracted, but he doesn't want to sleep with her. So notice how he hires women, and this is toxic, people. But this is kind of interesting how that works. How the most plain looking woman was perceived to be more serious, and unfortunately, if you dress too, if everything is just too naturally beautiful, people, like the sad part is that it's not conducive for getting work done. Like it's I know it sounds so sexist, people, but just watch.
Well, I type about 90 words a minute. I'm completely well versed in all the IBM and Macintosh programs.
Well, Miss Coggins, you're obviously qualified for the job. You have all the necessary skills and experience.
Right? So she is qualified. She's smart and everything, but
But you're extremely attractive. You're gorgeous. I'm looking at you. I can't even remember my name.
that, right? Notice it affects memory. Like it's crazy how how he's repeating what I said. I haven't watched this in years.
So I'm afraid this is not going to work out. Thanks for coming. You're luscious. You're ravishing. I would give up red meat just to get a glimpse of you in a...
That's another one that's really qualified. Again, this is an exaggeration. This is just showing you the positives of modesty. And just watch.
I'm terribly sorry. Terribly.
As you can see, my references are impeccable. I think I'd be a real asset here. My only concern is
right? So notice this one is exactly like I'm telling you with Angela Merkel, right? Serious. The hair is not up, unlike with this one. Okay. Now this one is wearing a vest, but notice this. She's showing her boobs. This one is not. It's all the way there, like a guy, like a priest, right?
Here. My only concern is
and her voice isn't sensual as opposed to.
I'm completely well versed in all the IBM and Macintosh.
Right, her voice will literally serenade your ears. Here. It's just straightforwardness.
As you can see, my references are impeccable. I think I'd be a real asset here. My only concern is I do take care of my mother, so will there be many late nights?
I can't imagine.
Right? Because he was trying not to sleep with his secretary, so that's why he was picking her. But yeah, as you can see, it's not. Oh shit, people!
It's coming, Jerry. It's coming.
What's coming?
All right, sorry about that, people. All right, let's continue with this. So you get less respect. So to get more respect as a woman, it's not about getting uglier, people. It's just dressing less provocatively. I don't know what else to say. I remember there was this one girl in school where she always dressed like Billie Eilish, right? I didn't know, to be polite, I didn't know that she had the heavies, okay? One day she decided to wear like one of those like vests, not like shirt, but like those shirts that go all the way here. And so you saw that. And as I'm eating, and at like it's almost like my ancestors were telling me to look that way. And I looked, holy bejesus. I was like I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. Now, anytime I heard her voice, anytime I heard her talk, it was a complete distraction, people. And it's not like I just I didn't do work. But I remember, man, it was from that day on, it was like an emotional reaction every time I saw her. My eyes lit up. And you just, what I noticed is I paid more attention to her. I didn't respect her less. You know what I'm saying? No, absolutely not. But yeah, I did notice the effects of that. Just having that, just crazy. And it wasn't even her fault. She was just trying to be comfortable. It just happens, man. Unfortunately, a lot of the problems that come from too much sexiness is not a woman's problem. It's just that it affects men so profoundly that we have to address it. It's just such a profound effect that it has. Even with basketball, I think I posted this video multiple times of what happens when you introduce a woman to an environment with men. And it showed that when men are playing basketball without women, they don't put a lot of effort, right? They play lazy. It's not a fun game. But as soon as women walk into the game, all of a sudden guys start putting more effort. Guys start being more competitive. So that's one thing about introducing and having sex appeal at the workplace, is that men will fight for your attention, and men will try harder to move up the social ladders to try to win the attractive women over. So that's one thing, is that it does create a more competitive environment, which, you know, it could be a good thing to a certain degree, but it's a reality that I don't want to not address because it's uncomfortable. So that's one thing. You gain less respect from men, but also you gain less respect from women. I remember there was this one girl in this school that I went to a few years ago. I went to a photography school for like a few months. And this girl, when I saw her, she dressed like with a mini skirt every single day. Every day. And she watches my channel, and she asked me, well, how do I come across? And I didn't know her, but she asked me for my honest opinion. And that was during the time I was really honest with people, right? That was during the time I was really honest. Mind you, I didn't talk to her. I didn't interact with her. And usually I'm someone who is very positive with people, and I perceive people in a positive way. But she asked me how she came across. And I told her that she came across as stuck up and arrogant. Because first of all, she didn't talk to people, right? That's just my own projections. You know what I'm saying? I told her not to take me seriously. That's just how I saw it. She got mad at me. You know, that's why I stopped being so honest with people. But the impression that she gave was stuck up and arrogant. She dressed sexy, didn't talk to anyone. Everyone else was dressing normal, but she was just dressed to the T. So she just gave off a stuck up image. In reality, she wasn't stuck up, because after that, I got to know her. I was clearly wrong, and I knew she wasn't stuck up, but that was just my automatic perception of her, simply because of her sex appeal. Because she was dressing sexy at a workplace. At a school place, right? Where everyone was dressing raggedy except her. So it's kind of like, dressing sexy, you should look at the context. If everyone is dressing sexy, you could do it. But if you're the only one that's dressing sexy as a woman, women will pay attention to you, will notice you, will talk bad about you, and men will start misinterpreting you. Why? Because the next thing that happens, when you have sex appeal, men will hit on you a lot more. Because a man perceives the smile of a woman differently than other women perceive the smile of a woman. When an attractive woman smiles at a man, studies have shown that men perceive that as a sexual invitation. Not that you want to bang them, but a man will assume that you like them simply because you smiled at them. Where on the other hand, the same woman, studies have shown, smiling at women instead of men, that same woman elicited a response that women thought she was just being friendly. Now, add sex appeal to that smile, and all of a sudden, I think you're asking me to go home with you. Like, that's just how men think. Because pretty women don't smile at every man, right? Pretty women don't look at everyone. And men are rarely acknowledged by attractive women. Ask any guys, when was the last time a beautiful woman looked at you on the street just looking at you? And they'll tell you it rarely happens. It really does, people. It's hard to believe. But a man will hit on you more because you smile and you give him any form of attention. That's just how men are. Because evolutionarily, the men that assume that the woman likes him at her showing a smile, statistically speaking, if you assume that she likes you, over the long run, that strategy works. Obviously, you're going to have moments when you're wrong, but over the long run, taking that risk pays off. So men are wired to assume that simply because you smile at them and are friendly, you like them. So if you're a really attractive woman, your sexiness is going to bring you a lot of problems at work, where you have to reject guys, and guys think you're flirting with them, when in reality you're not flirting with them. And women will think that you're flirting with them because they see how men are reacting to you, when in reality you're not even doing anything. In fact, they may even hate you more because your existence is too distracting, right? Now, there's this type of standard depends on if you're a woman on your hierarchy at the job. Because depending on your hierarchy, it indicates that dressing provocatively may be most detrimental for females in higher positions of status. but has a lesser effect on judgments of females in lower positions. In other words, if you are the boss, notice Miranda Priestly, right? Let's look at this, right? Let's go watch Devil Wears Prada, and let's look at the scene where Miranda walks in, right? Right here. Okay. This thing doesn't look for it.
All right, people, if you guys enjoy that type of content, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, and you guys have some situations you guys want me to answer, maybe somebody's playing you, maybe somebody doesn't like you, maybe you want to make somebody like you, maybe you want to tell me your situation and see what I think, you guys can click on the description down below and purchase a one-on-one phone coaching call with me that is completely confidential and nobody knows about it. And there I'll be able to give you my personal opinion about your situation. And at the end of the day, when you work with me, you're gonna get answers. All right, the point is that you're not gonna waste your time. If you guys want to do that, click on the description down below. Those are the one-on-one private confidential phone calls. And if you guys want to be able to, for me to answer your questions like you see in my videos where I answer questions, you guys can book an email coaching session, which is more affordable, and you guys can change things around and nobody will know it's you. And there you'll be able to get a one-on-one type of coaching, and I'll be able to post it on YouTube. And the beauty about it is that nobody finds out, because you could just change your name, people. You say you're in China, I'm gonna say you're in Australia. Nobody's gonna find out, people. Now, I want to make it clear: the private one-on-one phone call are private, confidential. The email coaching calls, as you guys can see, are things that I post on YouTube. They're more affordable, and they let me post a video on it. As long as you change things around, nobody will know it's you. So don't be shy, man. I love working with people, and at the end of the day, it's my passion to help people. You guys have no idea how happy this makes me to be able to help you guys at an individual basis. And at the end of the day, you're gonna get my honest advice. A lot of people bullshit you just to bring you back as a customer. If you guys are looking for that honest advice, this is the guy for you. Okay? See you guys.